Hey, welcome back everyone. I wanted to, as you can see from the thumbnail, this is all about the Neotec NH8120 chainsaw, which is the Husqvarna 3120 clone. Okay, and I've been very transparent about all the issues I've had. I don't want someone getting this and being surprised by something. And if something arises, you have an issue, you'll know how to fix it. Okay, so I'm kind of trying to do everybody a service, do my part in the community, I guess. I don't know. You can call it what you want, but so we went over some issues in a previous video. If you haven't seen those, look back at the teardown video. I have some potential issues, actually some issues for sure, and some potential issues. So again, go back and look at that in the teardown video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. So okay, so the latest issue we're having is, this is a 2-jet carburetor, okay, that's on here, which is not what, well, I mean, Sean Carr was telling me that there was, in fact, a 2-jet carburetor that came on like the maybe 1989-ish model 3120s. And I keep hearing this from other people. I've never seen one, but I have heard that. So, you know, and Sean knows what he's talking about, so I'm sure it's true. There was like 1 year maybe or so that the 3120s had 2 jets on their carburetor stock. And they also had, I think, like a primer bulb, and like one model was missing a choke. There's so many variations on this chainsaw. It's crazy. I mean, I've found out so much about this chainsaw since I've never, you know, been inside one before. But today we're going to talk about the 2-jet carburation system on the clone, okay? Now, here's the deal. It comes with 2 jets by the eye, okay? I reached out to Neotec engineer, and he said, yes, it comes with it. I'm like, well, it seems like it's glued on this one and the other one that's in the States, the 2 basically test bed chainsaws, prototypes, whatever you want to call them. And like, no, it's blah, 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 for like an hour back and forth. And I tried to get it off, and this and that wouldn't budge. And then at the end I said, because I put a little, what I did here was I put a little heat on this because it wouldn't budge. This H-jet, okay, high jet, it would not budge. Put a little heat on it up and through here, just a heat gun, nothing, because there's a little O-ring in here, you don't want to melt it. Just a little heat gun, kept kind of working it back and forth, and I got it to turn like 1 turn, then, you know, 2 turns. It took like 5 minutes. It was not that big a deal. And then I finally got it turned all the way out. And I told the engineer that after about an hour, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we glued that." I'm like, I asked you that. That's the first question I asked. So that's whatever. The language barrier is kind of hard between, you know, us and China. That's what the issue is. You know, we have a way of saying things and they don't understand, and vice versa. They actually do a really good job for what they had to work with. But regardless, the bottom line is, if you get this clone, it has an idle. This is the way you'll see it in the saw. Okay, here's your idle screw, here's your low jet, and here's your high jet. The high jet and the idle screw are in the same hole, I believe. Yes, and then the low jet is in the other hole. Okay, so you know this isn't common. So they took the single jet case and put a dual jet carburetor in there. Again, I don't know why they've done that, but I'm happy, especially now that I know that it works. But they want consumers to, you know, basically not blow the saws up. Kind of like, I don't know if you've ever bought or rented a saw from a rental place. Well, most of the time, the high jet is epoxied in, so you can't move it. And thank God they didn't epoxy it. They just took some sort of higher grade glue and glued this fixed. You know, they'll get it where, you know, where the tune is really good. So they think, right? I mean, and the saw runs good. It does. It runs good right out of the box. Great for long bars and stuff. But, you know, not everyone likes the same tune, especially on the high jet. And they can't comprehend that. They don't understand. They think that, you know, we want the saw for longevity, and we do, but they think that that's the best way to do it. They don't understand that people modify chainsaws and things of that nature, and then also they simply like different tunes. So, you know, that has a lot to do with the H-Jet. So anyway, regardless, it's kind of like if you had a Husqvarna 543 clone, which is the 843 in Neotec. Well, it comes with one huge gasket that covers up the strato port that goes into the cylinder. Something to do with patenting, right? Well, you know, we found that out, and we simply just cut the gasket and let the air through, right? This is the same thing. We found this out, right? And so now that we know the workaround, basically, okay? So that's cool, because you can get a dual jet carburetor on this saw. And so you don't have to pay like $160 or whatever to get one machined somewhere. I still advise that if you can get an OEM and get it carved, it'd be a lot better, especially for the long haul. But Kevin LeBainway does that, by the way, if you need that done. I highly recommend him. But yeah, for longevity especially. But if you want to toy around, this is what you get, and that's the workaround. So you put a little heat right here, okay, and you just keep trying to work this jet screw back and forth just like this. You can see I boogered mine up pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. See it there? But you know, you might do the same thing again. You know, we're not working with OEM metals here, guys. So, yeah, so there's that. So what I did was I worked this back and forth after I heated it up, right? And I finally got it all the way out. And this is what you have. Let me get that O-ring on there. Okay, this is what you have now. Let me separate that out because you can see it. Sorry, my hands are filthy, but okay, that's what you have. Okay, you have O-ring to the left, a little rubber O-ring. You got a little brass shim or washer, and then you have the spring. Okay, and the jet looks like a normal jet. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's definitely a step in the right direction. And then I looked inside, and it was really like, you know, there's like glue residue. So what I did was I took a little lubricant, right, just WD-40 type stuff, sprayed it down in here, wiped this off with the, you know, took all this off. I took all this stuff off, you know, and I cleaned this really good. I right around in here like this, you know, with a paper towel. And there's still, now it's from me cleaning it again. Okay, so you clean that off really good. You can see where I kind of bent it, trying to get it out, but whatever. And then, so I sprayed, first thing I did was I sprayed, brake cleaner might work better, but just to let you know, the high jet orifice is right there. That little hole right there, okay, that's the high jet. That's where this screw basically goes all the way through to that hole right there, okay? So your fuel pumps in to that hole. Okay, so what I did was I kind of sprayed, you know, inside here, and it started coming out of that hole, and I dump it. You can see all these dark spots everywhere. That came out of this hole. Okay, I kept kind of dumping it. Then I sprayed this way down the hole. Okay, basically just clean the passage out, okay? The whole circuit right there. Then I went ahead and screwed this in, and you know, you don't cross thread those threads there. Like I screwed it in and out, all in and out all the way. Kept just kind of cleaning it out. Then I'd repeat. Probably brake cleaner would have been better, but I didn't do it. Okay, and then just keep till it's basically clear liquid until you get through, right? And then take your high pressure air and blow through and clean it up real good, okay? And that's all I did. So I've yet to see if it works okay, but everything is here and looks like it's, you know, it would function correctly. The only thing I can think of is maybe that glue got down into the actual circuit somewhere and might be blocking it. I hope not. But anyway, that's the workaround as far as I can see so far, guys. So hopefully this helps you guys out there who get these Neotec clone 3120s. Okay, you should be fully functional with low and high jet circuit after that. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.